Hello guys, and welcome to my video on becoming a trainee train driver. My name is Katie and I am going to break down the train driver selection process just to give you some understanding of the different steps involved and how to go about applying. Now, before I move on, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more train driver videos, including in-depth information on different train driver tests, interviews, core competencies and many more. Also, I recommend that whilst watching this video you take some notes. I will be providing lots of information and I don't want you to miss anything, so get a pen and a piece of paper and just jot down some notes as I talk you through the selection process. Okay, so the role of a train driver. So as you can imagine, many applicants get carried away with their childhood dreams and ambitions without first establishing whether or not this is the job for them. Train drivers mainly operate either diesel or electric trains. There are strict rules on safety for both passenger and freight trains, which drivers must adhere to. In past years, there has been a number of unfortunate rail incidents, and train operating companies want to employ people who take safety seriously. So the word safety should be at the forefront of your mind whilst you are going through selection. It's the exact reason why the TOC will assess your ability to concentrate for long periods of time during the assessment day. So because if you can't, then you will be putting yourself, your train and your passengers at risk from harm. So during your initial training course, you will receive much training and guidance on the important topic of safety. The role does involve sitting down in the cab for prolonged periods of time. Before you apply, you need to be certain that you are capable of maintaining high levels of concentration for lengthy periods of time. So the qualities of a train driver. So as well as driving the train, you'll have a number of customer service responsibilities. So addressing passengers using the onboard PA system, keeping them informed and helping to develop good passenger relations. You'll also make sure that their safety is paramount at all times, reacting quickly and calmly in an emergency situation and reporting incidents wherever necessary. Train drivers need to be able to maintain exceptional levels of concentration. After all, this is a high pressure role calling for you to be cool, calm and responsible. You'll also be a strong communicator and capable of working on your own initiative. Flexibility is also essential since trains operate 24 hours a day all year round. So that means your shift lengths and patterns will vary, including early starts, late finishes, weekends and bank holidays. So what is the selection process? So we have the application form, the assessment centre and the train driver interviews. And I'll briefly discuss each of these stages just to give you a bit more insight into each stage of the process. But like I said at the beginning of the video, we do have a whole range of other train driver videos. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because you will be directed to all of our train driver videos that you might want to watch after this. Okay, so the application form. So one of the very first stages of the train driver selection process is the application form. Under normal circumstances, the train operating company will request that you complete the form online. However, there are still a number of TOCs who will make you complete a paper-based form. So whichever form you are required to complete, it's vital that you follow a few golden rules. So firstly, make sure you fully understand the guidance notes that accompany the application form. So the guidance notes are provided specifically to guide you through the form, and they inform you what you must do in order to pass the first stage of selection. Now, most people fail the application form stage because they do not follow these rules that are contained within the notes. So you must be able to ensure that you meet the eligibility requirements, as these form the very basis of the assessment. So read and understand the person specification for the job role. So the person specification and job description are the blueprint for the role of a trainee train driver, and as such it's important that you're able to meet each of these criteria. So if you fail to provide details of where you meet the criteria, then you will not progress to the next stage of selection. Next, we have providing evidence in the application form responses. So part of the form will ask you to state your skills and experience that are relevant to the role. So if you have read and digested the job description and person specification, then you will understand why this is important. So you should be able to demonstrate that you have good communication skills, team working abilities, that you're reliable and flexible in nature, and also an ability to concentrate for long periods of time. We also have include keywords and phrases. So we would recommend that you try and include keywords and phrases from the person specification when answering the questions on your application form. So, for example, if your particular application form asks you to state the reasons why you want to become a train driver, you will increase your chances of success by including keywords and phrases such as safety conscious and able to follow rules and procedures, able to concentrate for long periods of time, highly flexible and willing to work unsociable hours, an ability to learn and retain large amounts of job relevant information. Okay, so by using keywords and phrases in your application responses, such as the ones above, you will be greatly increasing your chances of success. So next we have the assessments. So there are many different elements to the assessment centre. So these may include psychometric testing, including group boredom, concentration tests, communication exercises, ability tests, ATAVT, observational ability tests, and reaction time tests. So the way in which to prepare for the selection assessment is to embark on an intense period of preparation. So this means you will need to spend plenty of time trying out lots of sample tests in the build-up to the assessment centre. Now, to help you prepare for the train driver test, I recommend that you check out the website www.howtobecome.com and look at the products for train driver tests. So these tests have been designed to help improve similar skills required for the actual train driver test. So these tests are not exact replicas of the real assessments, but they will give you a greater understanding of what to expect in terms of skills and mindset required for your real assessment. So if you click on that How to Become link that I've given you there, it will take you straight onto our How to Become site. And finally, we have the interview. So if you reach this stage of the selection, then you will not want to fail. The way in which you can pass the trainee train driver selection interviews is to provide evidence of where you meet the assessable qualities required for the job role. To allow us to explain more effectively, here is a sample interview question and tips on how to answer it. And these are all provided on the link I've given you on the previous slide. So click on that and then click on train driver interview, and there's a whole range of interview questions there for you. So basically there are two different types of interview questions that you could be asked, and I will explain each of them and what they mean. Okay, so firstly we've got the generic questions about you and your knowledge of the TOC, and secondly we have the role related questions. So let's have a look at the first generic questions. So these generic questions can be in any format. There's no particular structure to this type of question, but they are generally far easier to respond to. Examples of generic questions would include: why do you want to become a train driver? What has attracted you to this TOC in particular? What have you learnt about the role of a train driver? Why should we choose you against other applicants? So that is for generic questions. So the role related questions are questions that are more common during the structured interview and includes questions that are based around the job description and person specification. So examples of role related questions include being able to work under pressure, providing high level customer care and service, working as part of a team to achieve a task, communicating a message to a group of people, working with people from different backgrounds, dealing with difficult and aggressive people. Okay, so there are two types of interview that you will be expected to undertake, and this is the structured interview and the manager's interview. So during the first interview, you will be required to provide details and evidence of where you meet the core responsibilities for becoming a train driver. Read on to find out more about how to pass the interviews for becoming a train driver on the link I provided you in the last couple of slides. So the structured interview, so this is an interview conducted according to laid down guidelines to maintain fairness and non-discrimination and will probably be given by 2 people from the personnel department. Now, this type of interview is common during selection processes, and there is a skill to passing them. So the key to answering these questions is to provide specific responses to situational questions. So the manager's interview, so this is a conventional job interview, probably with an operations manager and a driver's depot manager, and will last for approximately an hour. So they will ask you why you want to join the company, why you think you would be good at the job, and how you think you would fit in. So make sure you've done your homework about the TOC, its activities, geographical range, depot structure, parent company, etc. So here is a list of sample interview questions. And this is just to give you some idea of the types of questions to expect during the train driver selection process. Okay, so you can jot those down and you can practice your responses by writing them out on pieces of paper. So that completes my video on the train driver selection process. Now hopefully you have a better understanding of the process of becoming a trainee train driver. Don't forget to check out my other train driver videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Career Vids, and you will be able to see all of the different videos I've got so far on becoming a train driver. Of course, the subscription to the YouTube channel is completely free, so you really have no reason not to hit that subscribe button, okay? For more information on our train driver products, including books, online material and training courses, don't forget to check out howtobecome.com, as this website is host to a whole range of career-related products and information. Thank you for watching. I wish you all the very best of luck in your pursuit to becoming a trainee train driver.